Fear is the path to the dark side.
In response to the horrific tragedy this past Saturday, many in the media were eager to jump to conclusions about what might have motivated the killer. They cited his interest in a gold-backed currency, his reading of Karl Marx and of Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf, as well as giving blame to Alaska Governor Sarah Palin and her website for targeting Representative Gifford for defeat for political reasons.
Tonight, investigators are trying to piece together what is going on inside this man's mind, behind those eyes, and that sinister smile.
In the months before Jared Lee Loughner allegedly launched his calculated killing spree, there was a gathering storm of worries and warnings.
I told my mother I thought he was a serial killer the first time I saw him.
The concern was voiced by his fellow students.
Some of them made jokes about how they were worried he'd come in one day and with a gun.
By his professors.
Jared was not your normal student.
And by officials at Pima Community College, who even sent campus police to Loughner's home, telling him he could not come back unless he had a mental health evaluation. But here in Arizona, and in fact in any state in America, any of those people who were so alarmed by Jared Lee Loughner could have simply called government mental health officials and demanded he undergo a mental health evaluation.
Alex Jones' website and by Ron Paul.
All the vitriol that we hear inflaming the American public by people who make a living off of doing that.
This is a man fired up, presumably by some of the very hot commentary out there.
What did Sarah Palin say, and what did Rush Limbaugh say?
Those who put the crosshairs on Ms. Giffords, on those who use language demonizing liberals or Democrats.
The government is implying mind control and brainwash on the people.
In a country that is intent on preserving the madman's right.
Today, the Loughner family released their first statement. We don't understand why this happened. It may not make any difference, but we wish we could change the heinous events of Saturday. We care very deeply about the victims and their families. We are so very sorry for their loss. Last night, neighbor Wayne Smith went to see Loughner's father.
He can't get out 3 words without crying. And not only is he sad for his son, he is devastated over the people that was involved. She's in bed, and she just broke down, this nervous wreck.
But other neighbors say the parents were part of the problem.
I saw a child that wanted to come out and play and, wasn't allowed to come out and play for whatever the reason may be.
There is no evidence that this is in any way helped to motivate Loughner if he's guilty. But let's be clear that Palin's rhetoric was over the top, and that's what she should say. And she should stop trying to paint herself as the victim. In that entire Glenn Beck tirade, it was as if Sarah Palin was the victim. Well, we have several people dead, including a 9-year-old child. We have a congresswoman fighting for her life. For heaven's sake, Sarah Palin, come out and say, I shouldn't have said that. I'm very sorry I did. And let's all get together and pray for the victim.
We intend to criminalize behavior that engaged in putting crosshairs or bullseyes on members of Congress.
Felicia, those are her whites in the dryer.
Papa Chester's proud of you.
Ew, and she was like, ew, and I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Shut up. He put his hands where? He's like a 6-handed monkey. Ew! Ew! Don't touch! Skyrats! Help!
Give Daddy a kiss.
Did she mean to incite anyone to violence? I'm sure she didn't, and it's not clear that she did.
This is indeed a horrific national tragedy. But while we pause to consider the ramifications of this act, we should also consider the idea that our liberties and rights in this nation shall endure through any tragedy, great or small.
Turn them off!
This is a theater of the absurd, my friends. This is a theater of the absurd.